live any minute.
Okay, cool.
All right. Hello and welcome. We are live. This is the first live stream well, for
Yeah.
both of us. Yes. And we thought we'd get on and talk about the crazy cost of living.
Yes.
Like it's just getting crazy out there, right? And so what do you do? What are your options? How do you get through all this? How do you get free? What do you reckon? Hello, Linda. It's me, Campbell, and
Ah,
Linda here.
terrible. Yeah.
Um, Cost of living. You were just telling me one of the stats from your home country.
Yeah. In Denmark, one of our newspaper did a research about how the living expensive in one of our big, supermarkets are going up 153% in 3 years. It's really mind-blowing. After COVID, they was just telling us, oh, we are going to get the cost down, now it's over, but it really hasn't. It just keeps rising. And then I did some research. What is our salary up, right? Is it following the cost of living? But it's not. It's up 3 to 7%. So there is a gap over 140%, right?
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and then I just saw, we are about to turn up the heat in Europe, right? And then there is something called Fyn, a small island in Denmark. The whole company that are providing the heat is going to turn up their prices 21%. So it's not only the cost of living, but it's also the expenses to electricity, to heat, and everything. So
Just to live.
yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. I went to the shop today and got one bag, like a bag full of groceries, and it was $70
it's crazy.
Australian.
Yeah,
It's just like they used to cost like 20. That's more than double of what it was like a couple of years ago. So. And
yeah.
like you said, and housing's another one in Australia. It's now gone to the government, and they're all trying to put out their plans because housing is so unaffordable. No one, like we've literally got homeless people on the streets and empty houses because no one can afford to live in them. It's just
No, it's crazy.
insane, right? And this
Yeah,
is happening everywhere around the world.
yeah,
So I guess the question is, what do you do? Like, what do
yeah.
you do
What
to
do
get
you?
ahead of the curve?
Yeah,
What do you do, Linda? You tell me. What do I do?
yeah. What do? You find a way to make some extra money, right? And not all people can really just have the time and the energy to take overtime to get those. All places will give you those extra hours and overwork and overtime, right? And then you have to pay extra taxes if you are up in the high end, right? So it's really like, and do you have time and do you have the energy to get an extra job? It's just like it's really on the expense of our family life. I know my core value is being with my kids and have fun and be able to do some things. But nowadays, I know I have been a single mom for 20 years, over 20 years, and we have always struggled. So I can only imagine the single moms nowadays, right? Where the expenses are so much higher, 153%. It's expanded, right? And the salary didn't. So how are they going to do this now? I just feel so. I actually did some research because COVID hit and I got my clinic shut down, right? From 1 hour to the next, it was just like, what the hell is this? What am I going to do? I really got in a panic mode and start doing some research, and just like because we had all the time in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden it was just like, okay,
No
stay home.
jobs. Yeah, it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy. So if you're watching, let us know, like, how were you affected by all this? What's your plan to make more money? Because like you said, most people, it's like do more hours, get a second job, but all that does is take you away from your family more. And then when
yeah,
you put tax on top of that, like they actually, it's hardly even worth doing the second job, right? Because they
no,
tax it so high. So, you know, what are your options? I mean,
yeah,
one thing that we've both looked into is online, right? Doing an online business. We're all
yeah,
online every day anyway. We're on social media. I think the average person in the Western world spends between, what is it, 5 and 7 hours or something a day
yeah,
online.
yeah,
So, you know, we're on here anyway a lot of the time. So, you know, can you make money online? What can you do maybe that's not going to take you away from the family, not going to, because it also costs money to have a job. Let's not, you know, miss that, right? You've got to get to your job. A lot of the time you need uniforms, or you need other bits and pieces just to do the job.
yeah,
And so if you take all that out and all the tax and everything, it's like, what are you really actually getting from a second job or overtime? It's probably not as much as you think, you know. And
no,
so people are doing this and still struggling. That's
yeah,
still not getting them ahead. So it's crazy, right? So do you
yeah,
want to
and
talk
it's
about?
also you have to get up in the morning, right? You have to be ready. You have to shower. You have to do the lunch bag, and then you have to drive to and from work, right? And I
Yeah.
just had a client yesterday, and he was telling me now he got a new job because he was using about 2.5 hours each way. So that is 5 hours he didn't get any pay from, right? He had to take that out of his own pocket and time. So
Mm,
he had a 50-hour work day, right? In a work week. And then on top of that, it's just like 20 hours more just on transport. And
mm.
it's just like, and he actually said, I didn't have, as my wife raised my kids because I really didn't see them for many, many
Well,
years because he
yeah.
was using all that time just to travel to and from work, right?
Mm,
And that is
mm,
also something we have to consider because our kids nowadays, I don't know if you out there can relate to that, but our really the teachers in school, and they know our kids better than we do. They are spending what
mm.
7 hours with them every day, and we see them for
Yeah.
like 2 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Like, you know, you've got them for the weekend, right? And apart from that, like 5 days a week, they're at school more often. And, you know, I worked for, you know, 30 years or whatever it was, and had businesses and different jobs and all this. But same thing, you know, if you're working as a contractor or running a business, like a traditional business, you know, I was doing 10, 12-hour days, 6 days a week.
Yeah,
And when you've only got one day a week off, you know, you don't really feel like running around and doing all this stuff with the family. You just want to sit there and, you know, breathe for a day, right?
yeah,
Um, and that's, you know, and that was, you know, 10 plus years ago that I was, you know, most of my work, and it was so much cheaper then.
mm,
And, you know, I wasn't, you know, we didn't do without or anything, but I definitely wasn't, you know, rich. We weren't taking, you know, 4 holidays a year or anything like that. And I was working a lot. And so I can't even imagine what it's like out there at the moment. You know, the
yeah,
cost of petrol's going up as well. So even, you know, even that, and like we said at the start, like they're not giving anyone a raise,
no,
which just shows your company doesn't really care like that. And then AI, right, is coming up quickly, and people are losing jobs. Like literally whole departments are going into work
yeah,
and being sacked on the spot and replaced by an AI algorithm, and
yeah,
no
we
one gets
really,
warning. Yeah.
yeah, and we really have to go with the flow, right? Because everything is going online. And I think the young generation, they are born and raised with this phone in their hand or a tablet. They really know what to do, and they know the social media platforms. They are really, really into all of this because they are spending so much time on it, right? And nowadays, if I would have had this 8 or 10 years ago, it would really have helped me a lot because then I could learn to earn some money online on my phone with and around my kids. You can do it all the time, right? And there's a lot of different ways. There are affiliate marketing, right? And there is MLM, and
Um,
there's yeah, uh,
crypto.
yeah, And so there's a lot of options. So you have to do some
That's
research.
heaps.
What is good for you and what will be the most beneficial for you, right? So just leave down in the comments if you are doing something online right now. It could really be amazing to just keep a conversation and see what all of you people are doing to make some extra money so you can keep it all together, because it's really not fun not being able to have some money for food. I have been there many times because I have been a single mom for 20 years, and some days I was really in a position where I would have to say, Mom is not hungry today, so just eat. So I knew there was enough food for my children, right? And it's just like, that is really not funny. Or when you are going to the grocery store or the supermarket, you are going in your mind, you are going to count, oh, it's going to be 10 bucks now, it's going to be 11, oh, then it's 12. And then the kids are going to talk to you, right? And really be happy. And can I have this? Can I have this? No, 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 no. And then, oh my God, what was the amount? Where, so when you go up and you have to pay, that feeling
Yeah, it's
when
not
you are
good,
not
is it?
able to pay for the food and you have to take something back, right? It's just, I have done that many times, and I really don't wish that for anybody. And that is also why I think I have found a program that teaches me how to make money online. And at the same time, I can help other people learn the skills and do the same and get just 100% commission into my bank account. So maybe, Campbell, you can really just, affiliate marketing is just like you are doing a really good, what do you call it? Affiliate marketing is when you are
Get a
co-creating.
commission.
Yeah, because you have a link, right? And you share the link, and when they buy from your link, you get what, 20-25% of the commission.
Something like that, yeah, for most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's someone else's product. So with like affiliate products, you'll get like resale rights, but they're not master resale rights. So it means you can go
No.
and sell as much as you want, but you're only getting paid a commission, and whoever's created that product is getting the rest of it for nothing. So they've got a business on autopilot, but you don't.
No.
So that's why with the legacy builders, which we're both a part of, when we purchase, we get the master resale right, which means we own the product.
Yeah.
So there's no upline, there's no like upline like MLMs. It's definitely not a pyramid because there's literally no one above us.
No.
So when you sell the product, it's your product, and because it's digital, it's
Yeah.
just, it goes across the internet. There's no shipping or anything. You make 100%.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Which is,
it really is your own online business. And when we are saying that, it can really scare a lot of people. Oh my God, I don't want to be I don't know how to do this. But it's really like you are just buying your own domain name, creating a email account to that domain name, and then all the website, the email funnels, the payment links, and all of that is automated, right? So everything is done for you. You just have to connect your own company name, domain name, and your bank account, and it will just be out there working for you, right? But the really important thing about this is, do you have the time and resources and energy to stay where you are right now? What is
yeah.
the saying, Campbell? Being in the same what?
Um, expecting different, doing the same thing but expecting different
Yeah,
results is the definition of insanity.
exactly.
And that's the question. Like if you're watching this, let us know what's your plan.
Yeah,
Because we're quickly running out of them. Because as we found out in 2020, even with the job, you can lose them instantly, or you can be told to do things you don't want to do and have to leave. Or if you
yeah,
have a business, and brick and mortar businesses, guys, they're not cheap. They're not cheap to get into, and they're not cheap to
no,
run. millions of dollars for most of them, and people just lost their businesses because they were just shut down.
Yeah, that was me,
4 years
right?
ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I got retrenched. That was my last job that I ever had. But like I said, like the business owners really took it hard. But the thing is, with an online business, when there's a lockdown, guess what happens?
yeah.
They
People are
go
going
faster
online.
because everyone's at home online, right?
Yeah,
So you can't get sacked, you can't get shut down, they can't stop you trading or anything like this. So it's a recession-proof and a lockdown-proof business,
yeah,
and that's the main thing, is it is your business.
yeah,
So if you're not techie, you don't need to be. You get taught. It's not a very techie business. There's a few little things when you're setting it up, but you
yeah,
get walked through it all. And then, like Linda said, it runs on autopilot. It runs because we run off email lists, and so anyone can see your social media posts, the way you're marketing it, join up,
yeah.
and purchase a product, and you don't even know until you wake up or check your account, and you go, oh, there you go. I
Yeah. It's
made
really
money while I,
amazing, right? You're just
yeah,
waking up and then you're checking your email. It's just like you made $900. Okay.
yeah,
Amazing. What a great. But what is also amazing about the automated system? It's because the web page you are paying $29 for, and that is just one time, no
yeah.
monthly fee. So you are actually getting I think it's a 6-page um, website. So that is what is working for you, because they are clicking in and getting the details, right? And if they want to learn more, they are clicking to the next page and want to learn more and get some more info. And this is really what is amazing about this, and why it is not MLM. You don't have to DM people, you don't have to bother people, you don't have to just be all over the place, because if people want to buy from you, they are going to buy from you. If they are not, they are just going to leave it or click it or unsubscribe. So you really don't get a no, and you really don't have to bother people. And maybe somebody just want to think about it for a month, and then all of a sudden they think, oh, what was that email? Oh, okay, this is it. So
Mm.
it's a much easier way to make money, right, online, because you don't have to go out there. Of course, you have to go out and brand yourself, and you will be taught that in the program step by step. So
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so let us know. Have you been in an MLM? Have you had to go and spam people? What did they tell you to do to promote yourself? Because
yeah,
that's, I've been in different programs, and that's normally what they tell you. Go and put it on Facebook. Let all your friends know. Go and spam comments. I mean, it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't
no,
work. When people spam comments, they get deleted.
yeah,
So this way, like Linda said, it's all automated. What we do is we use social media to promote, and you don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
no,
And social media is always there. It's working 24/7. People are watching it. So then people are getting your link. People are going through, and you can literally be sleeping, be playing golf, be on holiday, and it's working for you and making money. So, you know, it's one thing to have money, but really the most expensive thing we have is time, right? That's the most valuable thing.
yeah,
So we need the time, but of course you need the time and the money, right? You don't want the time and no money, because then you're just sitting around and you can't do anything. But this
yeah.
is a way
I
that you can get time and money, because it's all wrapped around a
yeah, I
2 hour
got a
workout.
comment a couple of days ago. It looks fine, but I don't have the time. And it's just like, do you have the time to not do it, right? Because of course in the beginning you have to take about 2 hours a day to spend on to getting this thing up and running. But when you get the hang of it and you can split it up, you don't have to sit 2 hours in one, just the whole 2 hours, right? You can split it up, 10 minutes there and 30 minutes there and an hour there. And if you are sitting in the train going to work for half an hour, maybe you could use that time to post some free ads and make your business known, right? And just connect
Mm.
with people, or posting something in groups on Facebook, or whatever you feel like, or creating some Zoom meetings, or you really have a really, you can be your own creative self, right? Nobody is
Mm.
telling you you cannot do this, you cannot do this, and you have to
No,
shut up because this is me who is deciding everything. You can
no.
do it on
It's
your
your
own
business.
terms.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means you can travel as well, which is the big thing, right? I love traveling.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to travel with a job. If you've got a job and you make lots of money and you want to travel, well, you can only travel on your holidays. If you've
Mm.
got the time as well, then you can do what you want, right? And all you need
Yeah.
is a phone or a laptop, and you can travel around and do your work in 2 hours, and you're done, right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So what is your plan like? Because if you don't do something now, where are you going to be in 5 years?
Yes.
Especially, I'm 52 now. So I'm not at retirement yet, but there won't be a retirement when I'm ready to retire. There won't be any pension or anything. It'll be gone,
Yeah.
right? So what's going to happen then? Have you thought about the future? So and jobs are disappearing. So that's the
Yeah, but
question.
it's also mentally really draining, because I have struggled for 20 years with my goals. And believe me, the word no and we can't afford it, it's draining you. It's manifesting in your body. You get migraines, you get
Mm,
cranky, you get all.
yeah,
So, can you afford not to just think about something else? Can you afford not to just go in a different direction, so you
mm,
can learn something new? And maybe you will not earn $100,000 in 6 months, but what if you could just get $10,000 for the holidays, right? For Christmas. What would that
mm,
do for you? It's just like, it's 12 customers in the 3 months, right? Do you think you can get 12 customers in 3 months, and then you have an extra $10,000? And
mm.
the reason it is dollars, it's because it's the way the website is put up and put together. So when you are just getting that but in your
Okay.
currency, it's going to
Mm.
be maybe
Yeah,
bigger, right?
yeah.
So
It's US dollars we get paid in. So I'm in Australia, and I get another 25% or something on top of that.
yeah,
So it's great, and it goes straight into your bank account. You don't have to do anything. It just turns up. So if you're interested, guys, in finding out more about what we're doing, you'll find a link below in the description. Click on that and have a look. Because again, what are your options? What's your plan for the future? Because what we're doing has given us, time and money freedom, right? And also, as Linda was talking about, the mental aspect. I mean,
yeah,
how would it feel to be the yes parent, right? To say yes to your kids, to say yes to yourself, to your partner, to say yes, to just have that choice, because that's really what jobs take away. They take away your choice, because you can't choose, your money. They tell you what you're worth. You can't go to your boss and say, sorry, it's getting expensive to live, give me a raise of 50%, because they will just sack you, right? They don't care. And you
no,
don't have time. You've got to be there at a certain time. You've got to leave at a certain time. You've got to have lunch at a certain time. You have to ask like a child if you can go on holidays. We really are treated like children in jobs. And
yeah,
I think the time of the job is over. I think we all got scammed a bit, and it's time that we all took control, right? Take control of your life, and then you'll be able to take control of your decisions and start having some fun, right? Life's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this drudgery of going around and spending all your time at a place you don't want to be, and with a boss you don't like, and
yeah,
all for what? Also, that at the end of the week, you haven't got enough to pay the bills, and you're waiting for next week's paycheck, before you spend this one. It's crazy.
yeah. It's also because now, in the last 3 months, that is actually the first time when I have my kids that I am not poor. How long do you want to stay in that lack mentality and in that lack, and really not be present and a good parent for your children, because you keep just thinking, how am I going to get through the next month? How am I going to pay that electric bill? How am I going, oh shit, now they are going to birthday in school, so you have to buy a present. Do you really have the money for that? Or now they are starting in school, do you have the money to buy a new backpack? Or do they have to use the one from the year before, right? It's just those small things really got to me, and it really just left me with, I thought I would be somewhere else, right? This is not the way of living that I really pictured myself, that I could barely put, my kids were out playing, right? This is another example where it's really what it does to you when you don't have enough money for the basic cost of living, right? They were out playing, they were having the time of their life, and they come in and they have been out playing, thank God, for 3 or 4 hours, and really just be creative, you know, they nowadays they're on the phone, but they came in and then there was a hole in the pants, or they ripped their shirt. And the one thing that came to my mind was, what the hell did you do? I can't afford to buy you some new pair of pants, right? Or a new shirt. And then I was just, what did you do? And I really was in that mom guilt afterwards, because they were just woo, having a lot of fun. And the only thing in my mind was like, what am I going to do? Because now you only have one pair of jeans left, right? Instead of being, that was so amazing. You were out having fun and you were out creating some good times and being with some new friends. But the financial aspect to all of this was getting to me. So I was not present. I was not mentally good, in a good place. And that is what I think a lot of people, I don't know if you have ever tried something like this, just leave it down in the comments, because this is exactly what made me do this. Also, the lockdown, it made me realize, okay, even though I have my own clinic and I am self-employed, I really don't have the last saying in this, right? So I did the research. It took me 2 years because I really didn't have the money. And I know a lot of people don't have the money to invest in themselves, but can you really afford not to? So it took me 2 years to find the right one, where I knew we are making Camber, right? All 100% directly into your bank account. So it's not like MLM, someone is above you or below you and you have to recruit. It is really just your profit, your commission for your own work. And it works. There is a community, there is a mentor who will help you every single step of the way. And Campbell, you were in a car accident, right? So all of a sudden you couldn't,
I've got nerve damage in my left arm, and I was, a physical worker my whole life, in the building industry and landscape gardening. And so I haven't been able to work in a job for the last 3 years, right? It's still not healed properly. So, that's actually the reason I went online, right, in the first place. And I was earning money, but it was a lot of work, like a lot of work. And it was sort of just enough to keep me afloat. It wasn't like I was, making it, I wasn't getting rich or anything, right? So that's why when Linda, she actually introduced me to this, when she showed it to me, I had a look at it, because, 2-hour workday and 100% commission, and there's different levels, so you can join for the $100 level, or 300, 600, or 900. And whichever level you join at, if you sell your highest level product, you make 100% of your money back, because we pay for the product the same that we sell for. So it's one sale, and you can make all your money back, right? And that's what happened to me. And so you can make good money. And some people make, like, I've seen tens of thousands in like a couple of weeks, literally like crazy amounts. But most people don't, obviously.
No.
because we're all got different skills, right? You know, like those people have normally been online before and had businesses and things. But I mean, what if you could make just $900 extra a week? You know, US dollars. How
Yeah.
would that change your life? And what if it took 3 months to get there, or even six? You know, would it be worth it? That's the question. Because if you don't do anything, guess where you're going to be in 3 or 6 months? In the
Yeah.
exact same, yeah, probably not in this exact same place actually, because things are still getting more expensive,
Or
right? So you're
worse,
probably
right?
getting in a worse
Because the
place. Yeah,
expenses are keeping up,
it's
the
still
cost
going
of
up.
living just keep
Mm,
going up, but your salary is not. And I have to say and be really, really honest, I didn't make my first sale until 6 weeks in because
mm,
I was really shy. I didn't want to get out there. I was doing faceless, and faceless you have to be a little bit more patient, right? So people has also have to relate to you, right, and trust you. Of course you're not, I was like that.
mm,
I am not just going to put my money out there when I really don't have the money. I have to make sure then this is right and this
mm,
is going to work for me. And I want to say, if I didn't have the community and a mentor who was showing up daily and have some live training Zoom meetings, I would have given up in those six
mm.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the biggest thing is the support
Yeah,
network,
yeah,
and all the training. And if you click on the link and you have a look at this, you'll hear from Michelle, who's created this whole community. It's now up over 40,000 people in, I think, less than 18 months.
yeah,
But basically, that's the thing why most people fail. Like if you've done an online business before and failed, you know, put your hand up, let us know. But that's what happens, right? Is
yeah,
like even if it's a great product and they, you know, even if they've got a way to advertise, if you're not supported along the way and you don't have people to answer questions and you know get you through the hard times, right? Because you're out there on your own. It's your business. If you don't have that support, then most people give up. That's why there's such a high rate of people not making money online. It is quite low, but
yeah,
anyone can do it. All you need is the right system, the right product, and the support system. And we have weekly webinars, we have mind training webinars, we have tech webinars if you're having any issues, mentoring. It's just like the amount of support's like it's really crazy, right? Like you could be doing something 24/7 almost.
yeah,
So, you know, if that's what you worry about, or tech skills, or everything you need to know is taught to you. It's basically a business in a box, even though I don't like that term because you hear it a
yeah,
lot with, you know, get rich quick schemes. It works because it's proven and it's working now, and people are making money right now, building massive businesses right now. It's in demand. And so, yeah, if you're
yeah.
looking for
And
something,
we have a lot of 70-year-old in the
yeah,
community, and they are not born and raised with an iPhone or iPad or a computer, right? So they can
yeah,
know it. And when you say proven to work, you have to find a product that is in high demand, that
mm,
is tested out in the market, and you have,
yeah,
as Campbell said, the master resale rights. And I just want to say, because there's an update, and Michelle just updated, the
yeah. How much?
$900 program did $18.4 million in 5 months. So that is really tested out. That is proven to work. And that is why our community is exploding right now. Because when
Mm,
I joined, there were 18,000 in May. And now we are over 40,000. So, of course, people are looking just like you, just like me, for a solution to our problems. We need some more money, but we don't have the time and energy to take overtime or an extra job because it is going to sacrifice our time with our family. And that
mm,
we really don't want. So we have to find a solution. So maybe this solution could be for you. You can just type down in the comments if there's something you are afraid of, or you really just think, okay, what is this all about? And can I do this? Because there are really no limitation. It's only in your mind. And that is why there also is mindset training. So you will
mm.
get out of your comfort zone. So you will just go out and stop those limited beliefs you always have, and then we can co-create and design our own future, right? It's all
Mm.
in our mindset. If you keep saying, I cannot do this, I cannot do this, I cannot do this, you will not do it. But if you keep getting new ideas and support and everything for other people who are like-minded like you will succeed if you are consistent.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it is working now. We've got the proof. It's a proven system, and all you need is to be teachable, to follow the videos, to implement it, to be consistent, to do it every day, and
Yeah.
obviously the community help with that, and to just have a goal, to want something better, guys. That's it. And it just has to be more time. It doesn't have to be anything massive. You might just want a holiday, time with your family, your weekends off, no bill stress, whatever it might be. This can answer a lot of those questions, from just sort of getting out of bill stress to making millions of dollars. People are doing it on every level at the moment. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
I also want to say, it's just like I used to check my bank account in my app, right, on my phone 3 times a day, just to see I didn't have any money on it, right? So,
Just to
so it keeps
confirm it.
reminding me. And
I am
now,
poor. I am poor.
and
Yeah.
now I have the freedom and the mental freedom, right, to know there is always money on my account, so I can buy
Mm,
the groceries and pay my bills. And now I can take my girls to a movie, or we can go on a little trip, and we can do those little things that really just keep the family together, where we can have some fun, where we can enjoy ourselves, where we can just throw our phone aside and just be together as a family, because that
mm.
is what this is really about. You are not,
It is.
of course,
It's,
in the
yeah.
beginning, we are doing it for the money, right? Because we want that financial freedom. But then it's going to be, oh my God, we can do so much more. We can help people. Maybe you can help your mom, or you can help some your children. My oldest is just moving out, right? I can help her with some of the expenses and the down payment and something like that. This for apartment. So it's all the little things that really matters. And can you
Mm,
afford not to have that life and keep being in the same position? That is really the question you have to ask yourself.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. For things to change, things have to change.
Yeah.
That's that simple. You got to do something different, and isn't it a different feeling from going into your bank and like knowing that you've got no money, to going in and wondering if there's going to be extra money in there. Because I've done it a
Yeah.
couple of times now. I've checked my bank and I'm like, oh, where'd that money come from? And then I go and check, and there's money popped into my bank account, right? So
Yeah.
like just that like changes, it gets rid of a lot of stress, right? Instead of sitting there thinking, oh my God, where's the money coming from? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I wonder
And that
if
is
I've made
passive
more money
income,
today.
right? That is
Yeah,
exactly, if you don't know what
that's it.
passive income is, that is what this
That's
is.
it.
That somebody.
Oh, oh, I've lost Linda. What happened? You disappeared. You got too excited and hit the phone, did you?
No, I did not.
Oh, you just popped off.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
it's
yeah, finish
global,
up. Yeah.
right? So you are not really just contained to just one area. So the possibility of somebody clicking on the link and buying this from you because they want to learn too is really big when you're doing something else. And that
Mm,
is what this is amazing. That is passive income. That
yeah,
when you
yeah.
are out enjoying yourself with your family, money will tick into your bank account and you don't even know it. But
Don't
next
even
time you
know it.
look, it's just like,
Yeah.
yes.
Wake up in the morning and check it and say, wow, all right, good start to the day.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so there you go, guys. So that's our little take on what we're doing. And if you're struggling, you don't have to. If you've got bill stress, you don't have to. You can do something, and this is something that anyone can do. So if you want to find out more, just click the link in the description. Put your email in, and you'll get all the information you need to make a decision, right? And I would implore you to make a decision to have a better life, right? Get your life back. make your own decisions. It's the only way to live.
Yeah, you have to take control, right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
if we don't take control, someone else will take control of us, right?
And they already are, right?
All right, let's break free.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on the first live stream on our channels, and we'll be back in the future with more lives. Leave us a comment, any questions, anything like that. And we hope you have an amazing day and a happy and successful future.
Yeah. See you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.